I talked to Johnny and Pierre, Linda. Can you hear me?
Welcome to
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Welcome to Reset to Healthier Relationships Sunday night at 9. I am your host, Coach Glenda, here with my course manager and co-host, Rufus Carpenter. Tonight, we're entering one of the most misunderstood emotional experiences, pouring into someone's healing only to be left behind once they're whole. If you've ever felt unseen, unchosen, or emotionally drained after helping someone through their pain, this is your space. Take a deep breath with me and exhale the weight of anyone who helped. Say help. And exhale the weight of anyone you help save while losing pieces of yourself. Your love was real, your impact was real, and tonight we reset the story of emotional investment.
Okay. Can I give a review?
Yes, Mr. Carpenter, you can chime in and give us a recap from last week.
Okay, last week was very, very interesting. And I appreciate everybody that was there, that was a part of last week, because last week you bared your soul. We got a lot out because this topic is a topic that we all know something about. And this topic is broken down. It's basically about ladies, because this forum is a female's forum. So the topic was the girl with the broken heart. When you help her heal and she leaves, you know, we all been there. Whether it's the person that someone helped you heal, or someone taught you something, and then once you got to where you got your legs under you and you got your stuff kind of figured out, you found out that the person that was helping you was excellent while they helped you get through that moment. But once you got through that moment and you got yourself picked back up and believing in who you are again, that person may not be the one that you want to be with anymore. You might want to dust yourself and go out there again and find your own boo again, whether it's male or female. And that's where we find ourselves, because I've been on the side where I've been the one that was helper. I met somebody in the lowest point, and I helped them to get up, to get back to where they were, to believe in themselves, get the confidence back, to understand who they were. And they went out and did great things. Now, I could have been broke up and said, well, hey, I put an investment in you, young lady. I put time, money, late night on the phone, bowling, all this stuff. Hey, and you're going to up and leave now that you're doing well? But I realized something early on. We all help each other. You have your ups, you have your downs. People have helped you. This is a tricky part in our life, and especially if you're over 30. If you're over 30, you've had some dings, you've been up, you've been down, you've helped people that didn't reciprocate. And people have helped you and you didn't reciprocate for whatever reason. And sometimes when people help you, they feel you owe them something. And if they help you and they help you from their heart, they didn't help you looking for something in return. They help you because they wanted to be a blessing. They wanted to serve. And that's where we're at last week. Last week we had some interesting stories. A lot of us came on board and told some of our background. We told some of the things we experienced, some of the things we've seen in the community, and it was excellent. This week we want to continue that thread, and we want to continue to look at stuff. But before we get started, as the end of this review, because we're reviewing from last week, I want to tell you that you are the sum total of all your relationships up to this point. Whether somebody helped you to, pick yourself up and move on, or if you help somebody else to pick themselves and move up on. And when you help somebody out of goodness of your heart, and it worked well for them and it worked well for you, and they were able to fly and go out there again, and you went on about your way, and everybody felt good about that relationship, that's great. That's the way it should be. Because sometimes you're not the end destination. You're just a bridge to get them to that next part in their life. Like that Donnie McClurkin song, you fell down and you got up.
Right.
When you got up, you didn't need me to pick you up no more. You could fly. Okay? Now, that's the way it should be. When it don't happen like that, that's when you get that thing called trauma. That's when you get the unbalance in relationships. Some of us are broken right now because we got that trauma and that imbalance, and we didn't quite work it out. We didn't quite understand. We're wondering why it wasn't reciprocated. We gave all our time, our emotions, our resources, and sometimes we felt we didn't get nothing or very little in return. And some of us aren't strong enough or knowledgeable enough to process that. Well, hey, look, I love from my heart. They went on, I'm good. No, we say, I loved, I used my resources. This person left me high and dry. Now I got trauma. I got little PTSD. And I'm over-exaggerating, but that's where we at now. A lot of us comes from that type of background. So let's work on that this week. Let's go back and finish this up, okay? All right, any questions about the review from last week before we turn this back over to Glenda? Okay, no questions? Awesome. Glenda?
All right, we're going to kick it off with a few examples. Our first example for tonight is the temporary safe harbor example. She came into your life during a storm, overwhelmed, shaken, and unsure of her worth. You became the harbor where she could rest. You gave reassurance. You reminded her she was lovable. You created emotional safety. Once her internal storm calmed, she felt strong enough to move on, not to hurt you, but because she believed her journey had a different destination.
Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yes, it is.
Do you want to turn it over to the audience? Let the audience comment about that, or do we need to read?
Absolutely. They can chime in at any given
Try to understand that one.
Can you reread it, please?
I sure can. The example is the temporary safe harbor. She came into your life during a storm, overwhelmed, shaken, and unsure of her worth. You became the harbor where she could rest. You gave reassurance. You reminded her she was lovable. You created emotional safety. Once her internal storm calmed, she felt strong enough to move on, not to hurt you, but because she believed her journey had a different destination.
In the comments about this example?
Well, I don't want to make a comment. I would like for you to clarify the harbor, her safe harbor.
Okay, what it is, this young lady could have been through a divorce. She could have been a long-term breakup. She could have had any issue with a romantic relationship. She could have had a friend, someone that she thought was really close to her, and it come to turn out the person let her down. She could have came home and all her furniture was gone. And her husband had a note on the door. Hey, peace out. I went to get some cigarettes and I'm never returning. So when she did that, when she found out and she realized she was at a low period in her life, a storm, they call it a storm, the person helped her said, okay, hey, look, you good. Don't worry about it. Hey, whatever reason that person left or whatever reason you found yourself in this situation, hey, I'm here. I'm your safe harbor. I'm gonna make sure nothing happens. I'm gonna make sure that you get yourself back on your track, on together, get yourself and life back in order. I'm gonna help you realize who you are. I'm gonna help you get your legs back under you, and you're gonna be fine. And that's what it is. Safe harbor meaning giving her a chance to rest, giving her peace, giving her reassurance, giving her a new look or a new perspective of what happened. And where she grown from that, where she can now take time, she can breathe, exhale, and she can regain her footing in life. And a lot of times when that happens, the person is very grateful. And sometimes they say, hey, I appreciate it, but I've found someone now that I think that I can love besides you, and they leave. And this is where the opportunity comes in. If whoever's helping her helped her because they wanted her to get on her feet and want to see her do well, they saw somebody that was in distress and wanted to be a safe harbor and get them to where they can now pick themselves up and move on, that's great. Mm-hmm. But if this is someone that saw her as a love interest, and like last week we said, sometimes ladies, so we said last week, and this is just from last week, I'm just bringing this up. We said last week that sometimes when ladies get dogged out by men so bad that sometimes they shy away from men and they're attracted to ladies, because sometimes when a lady help another lady and she said, girl, I know how you feel. I've been there too. Men ain't worth a whatever. We should just stop talking to men. And then let me help you do this. Let me help you do that. Come on, let's go see this. Let's do that. And they get close, and sometimes that line get kind of blurred. And we said last week that sometimes ladies decide that's what they do. But that's not so much this scenario. This scenario is that, hey, look, whoever it was a lady, was a man. Now this lady that was depressed and down, now she's weathered her storm. Now she has good sunny weather and rose-colored glasses on, so she's ready to go find somebody new. And we asked you about this part right here. Do the person that helped her, did that person feel like a failure because she left? Or did that person joy and say, hey, look, I'm glad I was able to help you out and get you there? That's where the conversation starts today. Anyone else want to chime in and give their thoughts about this situation? Because this started off, remember Glenda gave the title, Temporary Safe Harbor Example. If that word temporary mean she didn't come to stay. That's like when you read the Bible, when it said they shall. That means it's happening, it's coming. And that's what this one is. Have anyone been in that situation, or anyone knew when they saw this man, this woman, when they started talking to him, they knew in their heart it wasn't going to be nothing full time or long term, but they fell for this person anyway? I'm the only one been through that. Well, let me tell them myself then. Hell, let me tell them myself. I was able to help a person one time. And when I helped this person, I didn't read the tea leaves. I didn't read that it was temporary. In my mind, this was a nice person. This person had a lot of resources, beautiful person inside and out. We hung out, we did great things. Man, it was like late night phone calls. We got together a lot. When we're out in the public, people say how well we look together. Man, you guys are a beautiful couple. How long have you been dating? Hey, about a month now. Oh man, you guys gonna be fine. In my mind, I was saying, whoa, this may be it here. This may be it. And then I noticed we weren't talking midnight no more. Then she was saying, hey, look, I gotta go to work. Can you call me before now? And then it was, hey, call, hey, I called, left a message. You didn't call me back. Oh, I was busy. And then I realized it happened, and it realized I said, "Hey, let's talk." So I had a choice to make. Do I feel cheated, or do I raise up, or do I just let her go? You know how I solved that, Glenda? You know how I solved it?
How? Please share.
I told myself, I said, if that was money, if I lent her money, I could tell exactly how much money she owed me back. Hey, I lent you $5,000, girl. You owe me $5,000 back. Give me $5,000 back, we're even. But when you give your emotions and love and time, you can't measure that. You can't measure that.
I got a question.
Yes,
I have a question on your scenario.
ma'am.
So was your relationship with the individual, did it started out strictly business? And
No,
you, oh, okay.
no,
All
no,
right.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
It was she was heartbroken and never gonna love him anymore, and why me kind of deal.
No, 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 no. Your part.
That's what I'm talking about. My part was, hey, let me help you out, girl. Come and put my arms around you. Let me help you. Let me get you out of this funk.
Right, but you grew feelings.
Yeah, I grew feelings.
Did she reciprocate or give you the indication that she saw you the same way you saw her during her broken time?
Temporary,
Temporary. Oh, okay. All right.
but I saw there was a song I heard one time when it says two people are loving. Who's loving who? I got it
Can I
confused.
ask a question?
Yes.
Rufus, if you don't have to answer if you don't want to, Rufus, were
Go
y'all
ahead.
sleeping together or just friends? I think that's what Linda wanted to know.
Oh no, no, I don't. Definitely, I did not want to know that.
Well,
Okay,
Trust me.
I want
we were sleeping together and
oh,
friends with
oh,
benefits.
oh. Okay. That was the problem right there.
That won't no problem for me. Well, any more comments about this one before we move on?
No.
Because the truth here is that I or the person in that was only a shelter, not a long-term stay. It was only to get this person to where she could get her life back in order, realize that she's great, she's good enough, she deserved better, and then she went on and moved on and had a great life. Okay. Any questions before we go to the next one?
Well, no, I ain't got no question, but I got a statement to make.
Yes, sir.
If y'all really look at that situation, what the person did who was the comforter,
Mm-hmm.
they built her and gave her confidence and whatever to move on. Yes, it made her in turn see herself and her worth, which made her now fall in love with herself
Mm-hmm.
and love herself to the point where she knew what she wanted. She knew what she was going to accept. Now, the person that comforted her, whether they had an agenda and wanted more or not, they still should have been that same friend
Mm-hmm.
to know that, yeah, I comfort her, but I'm not what she wanted. You understand?
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah,
that can go both ways because, like I said, once you learn to love yourself, you know what you want, then you accept what you want. You don't just settle. And if that person who comforts you, being a friend, you know and you already see what's in them. And you know what you're really looking for, and that's they might not have the same thing that you want. They might have been just that good listeners because God put people in your life
Mm,
not always for a lifetime, but for a season.
yes, that's correct.
You understand? And
mm-hmm.
sometimes just being there listening to a female or a male or whoever this person is, you could be there for that season with them. I
Okay.
just wanted to put that out there.
Okay, but since you said that you made me think. Let's go to the chat, everybody. if you're a person that can help a person in a situation like this, and they kind of get that line get kind of blurred with romance, can you help a person without looking for anything in return? And if you can, put I can. If you can't, say I can't. If you're unsure, put unsure. So
Ask the question again.
the question is, in that scenario, if you can be the one that help the person or comfort this person and get this person to where they can walk on 2 feet again, if you can do that without looking for anything in return, put I can. If you think that they not so much owe you something, but you think they shouldn't just walk away from you just willy-nilly, then put I can't. If you're not sure which one you can do, just put unsure. Can everybody go to the chat for me?
But even in that scenario that she gave, that example, just because the person moved on don't mean that they didn't still keep them as a friend. So that's like a broad statement.
Yeah, but can you just be a friend after that? If you can, put I can. If you can't be your friend like that, put I can't. And if you're unsure, just put unsure. Because some people say, well, shoot, we've been too far. I can't be a friend no more. I'm gonna block you.
Wait.
Oh, you laughing at you, Glenda.
That's my thing.
You know what though? That's two different scenarios, Rufus. What you're doing, you just making it a broad thing, and it's too open. Too open.
We're gonna see how many I can and I can'ts and unsure when we finish.
They're still putting information in the chat, but one thing in regards to the question that Mr. Carpenter is asking is, when you add sex into a friendship or friendship with benefits, situationship, whatever you want to call it, that complicates it all the way around, because you have an emotional connection at that point. So I think it may be hard for some people that have slept with someone to continue a friendship after they got you through your hurt and pain, because the person that's comforting you may, they've grown in emotional attachment. They want to keep, sleeping with you. They still want to have something intimate between, want something intimate to continue between the both of you. But if it was genuinely, I'm just going to help you get over to where you can function on your own with a clear mind, I feel like, yes, absolutely, I can be that friend. I can do that. But when you start adding sex into friendships and stuff like that, it complicates things.
But what Rufus did though, he just messed up the whole scenario, because first of all, the example that you gave was totally different than the thing that Rufus went through. Rufus was a cut buddy, friends with benefit type situation. The example you gave had nothing to do with that.
Yes.
So now you combining the two, and it's just different.
It is.
So are we talking about Rufus' situation, or are we talking about that example you gave?
Mr. Carpenter?
When you look at the example she gave, what are some of the things she said? She gave her assurance. Well, he gave her assurance, and he reminded her that she could love again, and she was lovable.
Right.
And he created emotional safety
for her. Right.
Correct.
But it has nothing to do with what kind of relationship they had for sexual and none of that.
Correct.
Your situation was a sexual thingy, friends with benefits, which is totally different. Now, if you with a person already, okay, and y'all intimate and all that kind of stuff, it'll be kind of hard for you to sit there and with the rightful mind comfort somebody and get them to realize, because having that sex and all that, fine and good. But once they realize who they are, their worth, and what they want and what they don't want, that's why they walked away from your ass. Because you're not what they wanted. You opened their eyes to see that's not what they wanted.
Miss Kingdom, I can agree with that.
See, that's why I'm saying we're talking about two different subjects now.
It can be two different subjects, so it can be one and the same. With what they got,
no way. It's no way it can be the same, because one, is open. Two, which is your situation, is intimacy. That first one had nothing to do with intimacy. It was a friend comforting another person.
Mr. Kingdom. And have you
Yes.
heard this thing called modern relationships or modern dating?
Guess what, Rufus?
Yes, sir.
It's hard for me to answer that because I'm from the old school, bro.
But we got a new world.
I don't care how new the world is. If I'm a true friend, if I'm your friend, well, I'm gonna say Glenda. I'm gonna talk to Glenda because you a male. I ain't going that route.
I'm listening.
Glenda,
I'm
if
listening.
I'm a true friend of yours, right?
Yes, sir.
My job is to comfort you.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And open your eyes to certain things and circumstances. Now, once you wake up and realize where you at, where you got that confidence, you understand?
Mhm.
And that nurture to go back out. I shouldn't expect nothing more, nothing less out of that because I did it as a friend and from the heart.
Yes.
You
I
see
agree.
you see the difference?
Mhm.
In Rufus's case, I'm gonna put myself in Rufus' case and deal with you. Me and you intimate and all that kind of stuff. And then I open your eyes to, hey, you shouldn't be hurt. Because see, in a situation like Rufus's, hell, I might have been the one that hurt you. Because I'm intimate with you.
Now that's not in the scenario. Now you didn't win.
No, I ain't went nowhere.
Further away.
The
That
point
won't in the
was,
scenario.
you made the statement.
That
Come
won't
on,
in
let's
the
get
scenario.
real. No, you made the statement. Okay, you could have lost a friend. You said there could have been a relationship gone wrong. You said all these scenarios why it could have been like that. So it could have been.
Yep.
You don't know. You just open up a broad statement. That's why I'm trying to get you to see what you went through and what she explained as a example are two different scenarios.
They can be two different, or they can be one the same, Mr. Kingdom. Either
No,
way you look at it.
I don't understand how you can put.
Andre
I don't see how
said.
you can make it one the same.
Andre said it's a gray area.
Ain't nothing gray about an area, dude.
I tell you what,
black and white.
let me ask another question, and then we'll move on to number two. Now, when I was going to say the question, my mind made me stop.
Rufus,
Yes,
let
sir.
me stop you for one quick second.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm finna go back a few weeks.
Okay.
Make it make sense. Come on now.
Okay.
Make it make sense.
All right, so I'm gonna ask the question now, since you make it make sense. Have anyone on this line had sex or made love to a friend? They're only a friend. They're not your lover. Everybody got quiet.
Once you make love to them, they are a lover. They ain't just a friend no more.
Glenda, you like a deer in headlights.
Let me just say this, Rufus. Let me just say this, okay? Let me say this.
Real blunt. Wow.
I've been in a situation where I was going through something with my wife who left me. A friend of mine was going through her baby daddy.
Okay.
Okay. We both had issues. I'm sitting there consoling her. You understand?
I understand.
And we both sitting there going through certain things. She's leaning on my shoulder. Next thing I know, she reached over and kissed me to thank me. And from that kiss, guess what?
What?
We had a whole year in some relationship after that. But none of that was intentional. It just happened.
Mr. Kingdom.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It wasn't about that. It just happened.
Mr. Kingdom.
Yes.
You on both sides of the fence now, sir.
I'm not on both sides. I'm on one side. I'm just telling you what could happen. But
you on both sides of the fence, sir.
The question was, okay.
Okay.
First of all, from my understanding, can you be intimate with a person, right? And still just be a friend? No, I don't think you can do that. Because your expectations now is there.
No, I haven't seen it work. it's
No, you can't do it.
somebody always get the short end of the stick. They get
One
their
way or the
feelings
other.
hurt. I mean, all the experiences I've heard about and people have, confided in me, it has always ended where they was hurt, devastated,
I'm gonna
traumatized.
I'm gonna give you a good example why it won't work. Have you, Rufus? I'm pointing the finger at you. Have you
Okay.
ever had sex with a female? Okay, one. If it was good, you always wanted to go back, right? Right? Yes or no? Hold up, come on now.
Yeah,
Come on,
okay,
work
yes.
with me now.
I'm gonna say
Yes,
yes.
right?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Right. Now,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever made love to a female where it wasn't good? Did you ever want to go back?
Nah.
Hell no. Don't say it. Hell no. You tried to avoid them, right?
But
Now, wait,
hey,
no, let me finish.
King,
Let me
I'm gonna
finish.
say let me say this
If
before
you're
I
a
let you go.
friend,
Let
if
me say
you're
it
a
before I let you
friend,
go. Let
if
me
you're
say
a friend, if you're a friend and you have sex with somebody, it's either gonna be good, mediocre, or bad. How can you stay friends with that person on that level?
easy.
No, it ain't easy. You either ain't no friend.
Easy.
You trying to get the benefits. Damn the
Easy.
friendship. You're gonna
Easy.
do
Let's go
whatever
to the
it takes
next
to get
one.
the benefits.
Easy.
Well, how about
Oh Lord have
we
mercy.
ask
Easy. Hey, Sharon.
Yes.
Let's a Sharon question.
Okay.
Sharon, can you have sex with a friend and still be a friend?
Yeah.
Rest my case.
Wow.
Rest my case. Is
So
it
it
what's
may
easy,
gonna
be on a
happen?
Sharon?
Hold
case
up.
by
I
case
got
basis.
Sharon.
It's
I
a
Sharon,
got a
preference.
question.
Sharon, is it
Yes.
easy
I'm
or
here.
hard?
I
Say
got a
that again.
question.
Is it easy or hard just to be friends?
It's easy because if I had feelings for him and wanted to be a couple, wanted to be in a relationship, I would have communicated that to the person, so we would take it to that next level. But if I
Oh,
enjoy being with them, it all depends on who the person is. Yes.
he's told you. Next.
I just don't see it. That y'all using that word friend too open. You can be an associate with a person, but you can't be a friend because a friend gonna always be
I
there.
tell you what.
Cause no, I'm finna ask Sharon a question.
No,
And
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
Okay.
leave it
Miss
alone. I'm
Kingdom.
gonna
Let's do
shut
this
up.
first, Miss King. Let's do this first, Miss Kingdom. Let's let somebody that haven't spoke give their comments about what we're just talking about. Because I think we understand, I think everybody understand your mindset right now. Everybody understand my mindset right now. And Sharon kind of put it out there so we understand her mindset. Let's
Well,
talk about somebody that hasn't talked tonight speak. And that way we can get a different opinion. Okay.
listen, Glenda had a question to ask real
Mm-hmm.
quick, and I think that'll open up the door.
Go ahead, Glenn.
Okay. Um, do you believe that men and women can be friends without sex?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that too. Yes. I'm gonna say yes on that one too.
I want to ask Sharon a question.
Go ahead and ask Sharon the question. And then
I'm ready.
after you ask Sharon the question, can somebody other than me, Sharon, or Mr. Kingdom talk about this, what we just got finished talking
If
about?
you don't let me answer my question, I'm gonna forget it.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I
Okay,
don't
I'm
want
ready,
to
Mr.
forget my
King.
question.
Okay, I'm
The
ready.
question to Miss Sharon is, okay, if you can be friends, because a friend is someone who's there for you, right?
Right.
Okay, let's say that friend and you are having sex, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, what's going to happen when that friend come to you and really need it and you can't give it to him? What kind of friend is he going to be then? Or vice
Well, you
versa?
just gonna have a problem. Because
Huh?
I mean, what you said, if he really want to have sex with me and I don't want to do it, is that what you mean?
I'm saying, okay, a friend is there when they need each other.
No,
So
well,
if
not
that guy come
necessarily.
to you, if he come to you right now and say, "Hey, look, Sharon, I got to have it. I need it. I really do," and you as a friend, are you going to give it to him?
No, if I don't feel like it, no.
Okay, now you
Why
think
should
that
I?
friend gonna feel?
I don't care. We just friends.
Yeah, you ain't the. I just
What,
don't see
Mr.
it.
Kingdom? Mr. Kingdom, have you ever had a one night stand?
One night stand is different from friends.
No, 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 no. Well, not necessarily, because you got to feel something for that one night stand to even want to do that.
Not
No.
necessarily.
Mm.
Not necessarily.
I'm talking. What I mean by that is, like, let's say you go somewhere and you meet somebody, whether you've been knowing them or whatever, or y'all finally had a chance to get together, and if you feeling them and they feeling you, You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it's got to be a choice that you make. It's got to be, it ain't something that somebody lead and somebody own. It's got to be a mutual decision. That's how I feel. But can we go back to Glenda's question? I'm curious about that though.
Well,
That's all.
we already had two that said that yes, they can. Men and women can be friends without sex.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. Did anyone other
Do
than
you
I
agree,
believe you can
Sharon?
too. I
Hey,
will say yes.
can anybody other than Mr. Kingdom, me, or Sharon comment on some of this stuff so we can get a different perspective?
For me, it's kind of a learning experience because I'm looking at it not necessarily. When Mr. Kingdom and you all start talking about the sex, that didn't even cross my mind initially. I was just thinking of, I think the original context that you all presented was
Correct.
a person was helping somebody who was
Right.
emotionally down. That
Correct.
person got up on their feet and then they ditched you in so many words or didn't want you or something. And I just started thinking to myself, okay, so in 2026, I've been thinking about this. Am I going to invest in helping people? And I've been just kind of listening to this. And the first thing that just came to mind is there are some people who will take advantage of your support when they're down. And when they get up, they go back to the real friends or the real people they wanted to be around. You was just the safety net.
Yep.
And when I thought about what you all were saying, I said, I wonder, is it fair to the person who's giving their time? Is it fair to them to be a safety net? Or should they say, I'm gonna let you keep falling on your face?
Yeah, it's a decision you have to make because if you value your time, your resources, and your emotional mental health and peace, that you really have to think, Andre, like you said, you really got to think about it because no good deed goes unpunished. Because when you blend with a person, it's rubbing off. They take something from you, something leaves you. And if that's where your heart is, no, you don't mind giving. You don't mind being a resource.
But I don't think it's fair to you to be a resource and the person who's brokenhearted, I guess. I think people know where the barrier lies. So, like you all were saying, that the person knew that I guess the person may have known that you like them or may have started developing feelings. So, at that point, the grieving person should have said, hey, this person is catching feelings for me. Let me slow down on crying on their shoulder, let me slow down on asking for my request. But instead, that person selfishly continued to ask. Then when the giver started asking back, then it's like, oh no, that ain't fair. They tried to play the victim again, but I just don't think it was fair to the giver because you, as a victim, you know where to stop your boundaries at, basically.
That's right.
But you continue to ask and you continue to pull from that person, and then all of a sudden, when that person, when they wanted something back in return, you knew you didn't want to give that no way. So
Yeah.
it's almost like you may not have intended on taking advantage of that person, but it's almost like the victim took advantage of the giver.
Yes, yes. And especially if you're a
I'm
giver.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. We done went into left field with this whole scenario with Rufus because I'm going back to the original statement.
Mm-hmm.
That's like me going to a psychologist, a therapist, or anything. I'm going to them for mental support to get me back on track.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's what the whole example basically was. Once I get on track, now I can go on about my business and do what I
Mm-hmm.
got to do.
Exactly. So,
And
but you never come back to the
by
therapist till
you
you need them.
bringing your situation in, saying that you had sex with somebody and then trying to do it, you just changed the whole ballpark.
Mr. Kingdom, you got to realize I didn't say that. Glenda asked that question because I wasn't going to say that part. Remember, I got roped
Yeah,
to
but
that
guess
But
part.
what?
you
When you
confirmed.
answer
You
the
confirmed.
question, but here's the thing: when you answer the question, then you start asking questions about the sex and the friends, which
Yes.
still changed the topic.
Yes.
You totally changed the topic. So now we're talking about friends and sex. Can we
Well,
be friends and sex? Can we have sex and be friends?
well,
Why can't we go back to the initial thing? Because I'm telling you, when you're talking about two different scenarios and trying to combine them, you're going to be like I am. I'm lost like a mug right now because I don't know really what conversation you're talking about. That's why I keep intervening.
but Mr. Kingdom, in this day and time, Mr. Kingdom, if you look at any of these stats, the most increased age of people dating now and going out and having affairs and stuff are people 55 years old. Older people now out there. Older people out there now. Older people are the ones that's doing it now. So
okay, Rufus,
go ahead.
Basically, what you're saying to me is about a change, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
the new wave of change is a change, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what if a transvestite or transgender or whatever come up to you and whatever? Are you going to be open to stuff like that because it's a new change? And you willing to try all this kind of shit?
Well, hold up. I respect everybody.
I
Mr.
ain't saying
Kingdom.
nothing about no respecting. I said, are you open to do this, try this, and all this because it's new?
Mr. Kingdom, Mr.
Hell
Kingdom.
no, you're not. So
Mr. Kingdom, my sexual preferences is my business, not yours.
I'm not trying to ask you to tell me.
But I guess
I'm not
Mr.
trying to get you to
Carpenter
tell me.
but
I'm
I
just
guess
trying to
my
show
question,
you.
Mr. Kingdom, did Mr. Carpenter let the transvestite comfort him, be there for him? Like, I guess that would depend. Now, if he didn't do those things, then I guess we couldn't say, Mr. Carpenter, you took advantage of the transvestite.
No. I'm not trying to actually get in his business. I'm trying to make a statement on principle to show him something. Okay. His thing is, and what he's trying to get me to understand, okay, things have changed from our days.
Yes.
It's a new era.
Yes.
That's what Rufus is trying to get me to see. There is a new era. Now, what's involved in this new era, okay, is the transgender, the downloads, and all this kind of stuff also. So, with this being a new era, are you willing to adapt that kind of new scenario? You see what I'm saying?
But
so
Mr.
if
Kingdom,
you're not willing,
I've already adapt, Mr. Kingdom. I've already adapt. When I tell you, people have the right to love who they want to love. If two people, Mr. Kingdom, let me say this one thing first, and I'll let you talk, sir. If two people want to love each other and love each other, they should be able to love each other. Period. As a relationship coach, if two people, they want to love each other, period.
At the end of the day, I guess what I'm trying to get you to see is it's all about choices.
Correct. I agree.
And with it being all about choices, it shouldn't matter whether it's a new era or old era or old school or new school. It shouldn't matter. The point is, okay, the question was from you, can you be intimate with a person and still be their friend?
Correct.
And me personally, I don't see that because now you have expectations of that person, which means now it's conditional as a friend. I just don't see it. But that's my opinion. Correct. I could be wrong, but it's my opinion.
Correct. And you're entitled to it.
Exactly. And like Sharon said, she can be a friend. But then it also goes back to what I've always said from day one getting on this podcast. Okay? It's all about understanding and what communication. Now, if you and a friend of yours have that understanding and that communication, hey, look, this is what we're going to do, this is how it's going to do, and that's how we accept it, then yeah, then y'all can do that kind of stuff. But I just don't see me how it would work because somebody's going to get left out. Somebody's going to get the big end of the stick and big straw, or whatever you want to call it. and it's going to be lopsided. And then eventually it's going to cause chaos and a problem. So that's why I don't see it happening myself.
Okay.
And I'm done for the night. I listen.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Any questions about anything, Mr. Kingdom, I said up to this point before we go to number 2?
Darren.
No.
Did we get it resolved? Andre asked, did we get it resolved? Yes, Andre, we got it resolved. We got it resolved that no matter how you look at it, whether it's a friend with benefit or whether it's someone just innocently helping the lady to her position, to a new position in life, it's either or. It's whatever happens, whether it's a friend or whether it's a friend with benefits or whether it's a lover. I think they had 3 different outcomes.
Rufus, can I ask a question?
For the night.
No. This is serious. This is serious.
Go ahead.
No. This is serious. This is serious.
Go ahead.
I'm just curious, from the audience. I'm asking the audience basically the question, not just you, the audience. If you were that confidant to get a person where they at, okay, and they do decide to leave and go move on, it don't say whether they kept you as a friend or not, but still they moved on. Do you think that person have the right to be upset?
I think Andre already asked that question, didn't he?
No, I don't think he did. And if he did, I'm sorry I missed it.
Well,
the reason I'm asking, do we have the right to be upset? Because you knew what you was getting into.
Well, that's when they both decided, they made a mutual decision. I'm sure they won't force to sleep with the person. So if they made a mutual decision, then, I don't know.
But Mr. Kingdom, you got to realize whenever you're dealing with emotions, people get into their feelings. And people get in their feelings sometimes. What I might be able to take, you might not be able to take. And I might say, well, why are you all in your feelings? And you might say, what you mean why I'm all in my feelings? You saw what just happened. And to me, it could be nothing. But to you, it could be a deal breaker, a non-negotiable. It could be a boundary. When you're talking about feel, that's why I gave the example, like if I give her $5,000, I want my $5,000 back. But when I put my emotions in it, I can't measure that. It's all perspective and expectation. Number 2, Glenda, please.
I'm listening, Rufus. I'm still here. I'm listening.
I know. Number 2, Glenda, please.
All right, the healing mirror. While she was broken, you reflected the very best parts of her resilience, her beauty, her emotional intelligence. You helped her unlearn self-criticism and relearn self-compassion. But once she saw herself clearly again, she also saw that the version of your relationship was tied to who she used to be, not who she was becoming.
Ooh, that's
one more time.
What? Go ahead.
Read it one more time. Because I think Andre picked this one up real nice. I think Andre got this one already dialed in. Go ahead, Glenda.
All right, the healing mirror. While she was broken, you reflected the best parts of her resilience, her beauty, her emotional intelligence. You help her unlearn self-criticism and relearn self-compassion. But once she saw herself clearly again, she also saw that the version of your relationship was tied to who she used to be, not who she was becoming.
Okay. And what Andre said she seemed like a user to him. And anyone else pick that up in that scenario?
No. I didn't. No, I didn't.
Okay. Who was that? Somebody who spoke? Somebody who spoke?
Me.
No, someone else spoke too.
Oh,
I did.
Okay. All right.
I'm letting her go. Ladies first.
Oh, no, I didn't think that she was a user. I think she was just making self-changing. changes, you know, and everybody's allowed to do that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with that
I guess it's,
100%.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, I guess if this was just a one-time occurrence, then maybe I wouldn't call her a user. But if I know that it sounds like she's an opportunist. So she's going to the person on the left every time she's emotionally fragile. And then she's going to the person on the right every time she feels she's strong again. So the people on the right are the people she really want to be around. And she's only around the person on the left because that person on the left validates her.
But the statement she made in that example didn't reflect on going left or right. It just said the person brought her that was looking in the mirror and what have you. The way I see it, okay, God, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna leave it alone because right now I'm about to open up a can of worms
That's what.
because that person, well, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. We got
Glenda,
a few minutes.
Glenda,
Yes,
read
sir.
that statement again.
Okay. While she was broken, you reflected the very best parts of her resilience, her beauty, her emotional intelligence.
That's far
You
enough.
helped.
That's far enough. That's far
Okay.
enough.
Okay.
What happened was that person, that listener, made this woman realize who she was, her worth, and everything, which then opened up this lady's eyes. Okay. Now I'm talking from experience. Now this lady has become someone new. You understand? This lady done grew up and became mature. That's basically what the word is, mature. You understand? The person that gave that to this lady and showed her this loved who she was. That's like me going to a strip club, finding a woman that I desired in that strip club, taking her home and trying to make a housewife out of her. You can't do that. And you don't have the right to be upset for doing that. This person is a new person now. She's new. She don't want to be that stripper no more. So how are you going to fall in love or get mad at her because she's new now? Because that's what happened in that what's called that example. She became a new person. He was in love with the old person. He in love with the stripper. Now she want to be a nun. That's how I see it. Am I wrong, or did I see it a different way?
Her new self falls again. Does she come back to you? But Andre got a good point there, and I was going to be quiet on this one, but here's the deal: when a broken and hurt people, that's something we learned a long time ago. But in this scenario, she was broken and stuff. The person got her out of it, and then she found out that his relationship was no more. So she got out. So she let him go. Something going on my computer. My computer doing something. So she left him right in where he helped her at. She left him right there. I see what I'm doing. I'm hitting the things on myself. She left him right where he was at. She changed.
Why did she leave him though?
He stayed the same.
Why did she leave him though? Because she changed.
Correct.
She changed from my understanding and the way it seemed to me, she changed for the better. She didn't want to stay stagnant into the same situation. Correct. She wanted to progress and move on. He wanted to stay where they was. So she had that desire and that choice to change.
You're right, because
there was nothing wrong with that.
She changed.
But there's nothing wrong with that. If they had the proper communication and he realized that she changed for the better, why would he be stagnant into the old her and not grow with her?
But see, in this, he didn't grow with her. In this,
exactly.
She outgrew him and left him there. She left him right there. She went for it and left it right there. It's almost like she was a bird with a broken wing. Well, the wing meant that she flew away.
But wasn't it position to like help her see herself for who she are. She is. You know,
Exactly.
Yes,
I
could have been.
kind of agree with
Exactly.
the Kingdom on that one. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be mad. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
What? Go ahead, Johnny.
I say, well, the person just move on and be happy with their life.
what's wrong? I froze.
That's the
That's what you said.
point.
Huh?
Go,
They heard what I said?
yeah, we hear. Yes, a person just move on with their life is what you said, Johnny. Right?
Did
Yeah, be
anybody else
happy with
phone
their
free?
life. You know right.
Okay. What did Gigi said something and I missed it. What did Gigi have in the in the chat?
That was their season.
Correct. Okay, that could have been their season. Yeah, that could have been that. That could have been. And see here, and here's why this kind of stuff is important because this is the kind of stuff we go through all the time. But people just don't tell you they're broken or need your help, and you invest in them. And it's never even. It's never even exchange. You know how they say sometimes you take the L, sometimes you take the W?
That's what they call give and take.
Correct.
It's called give and take. And Rufus,
Uh-huh.
if you're in a marriage
Mm-hmm.
and that marriage is always one-sided,
Mm-hmm.
and you wake up and realize, hey, I'm tired of this one-sided, because you're on the bottom side of the scale.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to constantly stay there on the bottom and keep falling less and less and less? Or are you going to wake up one day and move on? That's the question.
I'm gonna wake up one day and hope we can go see a counselor or something, and we can do
Counselor's
some
only
work
going to help
first.
you if you want to be counseled
Well,
and want to be helped.
yeah,
Right. You have to show up for that.
yeah,
You
because
understand? You
yeah,
got to be willing to. It's a lot of work in going to a counselor
but that
on
death
both
do us
parts.
part, man. We gotta, hey, better or for worse. We gotta work through that thing.
You know what I used to tell y'all
What?
from the beginning? When you're tired of being sick and tired, if you're going to do something, when you get tired of being sick and tired, you're going to do something to change being tired.
But Miss King, at our age now, everybody on the line, at our age now, if any of us get married or anything right now, we should pretty much know what we want and don't want.
I've always said that. So are we talking about our age or are we just talking in general in relationships?
We're talking about our age now because this is the benefit of the people on the line. And because Glenda's audience is from 30 to 70.
Well, 30 ain't got nothing to do with a 59 and a 60-year-old, because that's me dealing with my child to opposed to dealing with my peers.
I'm just saying that's the age range, sir.
I understand, but I'm also making a statement.
Okay.
So you're dealing with, as you say, quote unquote, the new era.
Mm-hmm.
So you blending the new era along with your era. That's what you said now.
Yeah, but Andre said that's who they're dating.
Hey, that's why they got the problems.
Oh man.
That's because it all depends on which way is which way. Because the 30-year-old could be the female.
Mm-hmm.
Or the 30 could be the male. And if the 30 is the male and the female the 60, you can't new dogs, new tricks.
All right, Miss Glenda, you got to start reeling this in.
Okay.
I'm sorry I messed up y'all evening.
No, somebody was going to say something. I heard a different voice come on. Okay, I thought it was somebody else who was saying something. Okay. Miss Glenda, you want to wrap this up or you want to do a 3? It's up to you, Miss Glenda.
I always turn to the audience for if they want to do another part. Do you feel like you got a good understanding from tonight's topic? Do you feel like you want to have a part 3? I always turn to the audience first.
Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon.
Let's see what comes in chat.
Yes.
Are your hearts and mind clear?
Yes.
Okay, so we good.
I think we good
subject.
too.
Okay.
Well, but Mr. Andre wants to know the answer to the original question. The question on one or question on the two, Andre?
I think the original question was person, the giver getting mad, or somebody's getting mad and then the other person shouldn't get mad or something.
Okay, I think the receiver is not the one getting mad. I think the giver was the one that was getting mad in these scenarios.
The giver was getting mad.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's tricky. Should the giver get mad because the person he's helped now has gotten to a position where they don't need them anymore and they've moved on. And your investment, you're saying, I invested in this person. Should I be happy that they're able to move on?
Yes.
You should be happy.
Glenda.
Yes.
In
But
that
if
statement, did it say anything about you didn't need them no more, or it just said that they moved on?
No, which one for the first? In this one,
The initial example
truth,
that you gave.
it said that the healing changes who they were, who they reach for now. And she didn't leave him because she didn't value him. She left him because she changed and her identity changed. So she's grown. Did the giver fall in love?
No,
Or
they
is
shouldn't
this
be
the
mad.
problem?
No, they shouldn't be mad. I don't think that person should
It
be
said
mad.
the version of your relationship was tied to who she used to be.
Correct.
Well, if they really was there for her and had her back, then they would want the best for her. So no, they shouldn't be mad.
And if they did get mad, it's on them because that's their choice.
Exactly.
And
but
see,
if this was a woman who helped a guy and he went on to another woman, once he saw his true identity, is that still the same context?
Yes.
Yes, because they shouldn't have went. I mean, that means the person that was the giver. That means they went into it expecting something out of it instead of went into it thinking as a friend.
But no, I'm saying like suppose that it wasn't, the expectation was not originally there. But after 6 months, you have given yourself to help this person, this guy, I guess. You let him stay in your house, you let him comfort on you or whatever.
You say all that now.
No, because I mean,
It's
it
his
wasn't
example.
anything,
It's his example.
it was nothing sexual, but you just was helping because that's what you do. You're a good-natured person. Then when he finds himself, he no longer needs you for that, and he goes to stay with new woman, but contacts you from time to time because y'all still friends.
But
Well,
now, Andre, you got to understand something. You starting to be like Rufus in a way. What I mean by that, you bring it more and more into the scenario than what's actually in the picture. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Yes, but I guess
You got to
when I
pay
was listening
attention to
to
the statements that's being said and
but when
don't
I was listening to the
improvise and assume.
responses, I just don't know if those were genuine, true responses because I know Sharon. If Sharon had brother man helping him out, he crying on her shoulder. And if she started caring for him, not because she planned it, and then he decides to go to woman X and say, you knew we wasn't together, no way, this conversation might go left with Sharon.
yeah,
Well, if
okay,
it
yeah, if
decide
he
to
was
go
living
left
with me
with
and
shit,
all that, you darn right. You pay me or something.
because because when women awfully give, they give emotionally, they give spiritual, and they give mentally, and they really help a person heal. And it's kind of awkward when a woman do all this for you, and then you go look for comfort in another woman.
And the same with the guy. If the guy did it to the girl, if all the women were saying that, oh, he should not have expected that, but now we're saying that, wait, what I'm just saying is maybe the two adults need to take responsibility of the actions of what
They
they did.
do.
Right.
That's the
Yeah, I
key.
agree with that,
accountability.
Andre.
Yeah.
That's
Make a
the
long
key.
story short, you know what they should do, Glenda?
Mm,
You know what they should do?
what?
If they do get mad, go find another shoulder to lean on. You do the same to them and
Mr.
move
King.
on.
Glenda, give us
So
our
now we're
closing so
done
we
with
can
that
go.
one.
That-
New
that-
subject.
you guys, tonight was an awesome was an awesome Sunday night at live because we kept it live and going all evening. As we close tonight, I want you to remember this truth. You are not disposable just because someone healed and left. You are a healer. You are a mirror. You are a safe place. And your love planted seeds that will grow far beyond what you can see. But now it's time for you to rise into relationships where your energy is honored, rise into spaces where you don't have to overgive, rise into love that stays. You are powerful, you are worthy, and you are becoming stronger every single day. Until next Sunday night at 9, keep resetting, reconnecting, and rising. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Thank you. You guys
Good
are
night.